What's up, gang? It's Justin Stamper from Zombie House Flipping, and you know the rest of the bullshit. Today we're sitting here with Frankie from Design Studio 15, best design firm in New York City, Miami, Orlando. You know the drill. We only work with the best. But today I wanted to add a little value into everybody's lives. So that's what we're going to talk about, adding value. You know, we're renovating houses, we've got limited square footage, but how can we boost the value of a property? And today, we're going to delve into that a little bit. So Frankie, you're the man, dude. He's designing, he is the man. Right now he's designing 2 kitchens on Zombie House Flipping. Literally we've been sitting here all day, chatting it up. He's been working, I haven't, I don't know, you guys know me. You know the drill. But real question is, how do we add value? How do we add value to a space? We're working with limited spaces.
Yeah.
Small areas.
Totally.
But we're buying houses and we need to increase the price per square foot. How do we do it?
I mean, I think that whenever we jump into a project like this and you're working with a renovation and you really want to leave something kind of memorable, you want to kind of show people what they haven't seen before. So I think that's what the most interesting thing is to do, is to kind of get outside of what's expected. So if you can kind of deconstruct what's there existing, that's what we're doing in this instance. Taking that kitchen kind of apart and kind of thinking about how we can move things around and just make it work a little better than it did before. So in this instance, what we're doing is we're kind of taking what we've seen in a lot of modern design out in the world. You know, we're inspired by hospitality projects, restaurants, everywhere we go, we're always looking around. So how can you incorporate that into an interior space, make a lot of visual impact without spending a lot of money and without, you know, getting too crazy with reinventing the wheel. So
I get it, because reinventing the wheel when you're renovating houses can be the most expensive education you've ever had.
yeah,
I mean, you can buy a house, try to reinvent that wheel, and lose everything you've ever had.
Yeah.
You know, every dollar you put in, you hope to get $2 back out of it. But trust me, it goes to 50 cents real quick. So with Design Studio 15, you guys do such cool projects, man. You just got done doing like the Fendi Mansion in New York City. You just got done, I mean, I don't even know. You're doing like Sammy Sosa's old house right now in Miami.
Yeah.
So much cool stuff. When you walk into a space, how do you visualize it, man? Is it a pen to paper kind of thing? Do you do it with your eyeballs? How does it work?
I think that, I mean, we're always inspired by the architecture of anywhere we go initially. So kind of what you see as you approach that place. You know, what city are you in? What do you see down the street as you're approaching? And once you get in the door, you know, how does the outside translate to the inside? So again, we kind of strip down what we're looking at and kind of find ways to kind of support what you see on the outside on the inside.
Okay.
So a lot of architectural detailing, kind of figuring out how all the programming inside works, and that is a pen to paper thing. But I think that from the time you walk in, you can kind of start to see how it can be better, how things can be rearranged, and you start thinking about the architecture first, and then you kind of start contemplating materials and stuff as time goes on.
Okay, no doubt. How long have you been with Design Studio 15 now?
I've been here for 4 years now. It's about to be 5 next year.
Okay, and the principal of your company is Shanna Bender, right?
Yep, Shanna Bender.
Pretty badass chick, huh?
Yeah, she's the best.
She-
I don't know what else to say about her, but she does her thing.
She does her thing. When you guys walk into a space, how does the creative process start?
I think that it definitely probably starts when we meet a client before we even get to the space, right? So a lot of it is a lot to do with knowing your client, knowing
I think
what they need.
It might actually just start with like a dance party. That's what I've heard like your office is good for. Like,
Yeah.
just dance parties. Or it's like her insane motivational things. I'm like looking at his desk, it just says, make it happen hard. Yeah, no, that's how it starts. It starts with some granola eating yoga.
Yeah. You
And
gotta
then
come
you
from
walk-
like a very centered place, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, we definitely try to emit that energy. I think that we put that into like our projects, the clients that we work with. We always try to approach it from a place of wanting to create something really special and perfect together and have a lot of fun while we're doing it. Sometimes it's a little bit more of one than the other.
Yeah.
You just never know what you're gonna get.
Now, where does teamwork play into this? Like, so for me, you know, I've got the Zombie House Flipping team, Ashley, Keith, Duke. We all walk into a place and we look around and, you know, Ash is like, oh, I think it would be really cool if we did this. Duke's like, oh, I think it would be cool with that. What about with your design team? How does that start and what roles do you guys take and where does the, like, who adds value to what? And how does it evolve into one fluid design?
Yeah. Okay. Good question. So typically, you know, if it's a project that I'm working on with Shanna, she and I will go together to the house. We'll go and meet with the clients, get to know kind of what they have, what they live with, what they're looking for, what could be better, and together we kind of go through the process of pitching ideas back and forth. I mean, sometimes it's like sharing pictures of things that we've seen that we think could kind of apply in this instance. Sometimes we're both sketching things out. I work a lot on the computer in 3D renderings and models and stuff like that, and I'll draw up ideas. She'll share her ideas, and we kind of meet in the middle somewhere. So she might have a cool idea for the kitchen. I might have a cool idea for the master bathroom. You know, we might both kind of see some things that we could envision for like a fireplace. So it's very much collaborative, and you know, we definitely work as a team, and we regroup and talk about it week to week as far as how things are developing and looking. And
Okay.
yeah, it's a team process.
Nice. And I know this is something that everybody at home watching is thinking about, because this is one of the main emails I get from people who watch what we do, etc. How do you guys source the people to do the renovations afterwards? So you come up with the beautiful design,
Yeah.
but after you come up with the kitchen layout and you put it in CAD, then what happens next?
I mean, you really have to rely on, you know, good builders, good subcontractors, people that you've either worked with before. You know, we're always kind of pushing the limits as far as designs that maybe haven't been tried before. We're doing things that you kind of haven't seen before in terms of the materials and execution. So sometimes we actually have to just get with our vendor. Sometimes you're talking to the person that sells that porcelain material or sells this specialty ceramic that maybe they have somebody they could recommend that's a certified installer of that thing, and you kind of work as a team to kind of find the best people to do the job the best. Because really, if it's not executed correctly, then it was a waste of time and money, right?
Okay.
You gotta have the right people implementing it. So
Yeah. So are you ever looking at places like HomeAdvisor.com? Are you looking at, where are you sourcing? Craigslist? Or is it just word of mouth? Going to vendors and saying, who does your best work? Can I have them?
it's a lot of that. I mean, sometimes we really do. If it's not, we've looked at things like HomeAdvisor. I think a lot of times what I find works best for me is kind of maybe reaching out to some previous other subcontractors, previous contractors, and saying, hey, you know, we need a drywall person for this. Who worked on that one job? And it really is kind of like this interconnected network of people that, you know, it's a small town here in Orlando, so to speak. So I would say that everybody kind of knows everybody.
Yeah, but I mean, you guys are also in Miami or in New York City. You do international jobs. So I wouldn't even say that it's local. But what I will say, though, is when you have somebody refer somebody else, it's almost like they put their reputation on the line as well.
True.
Like if somebody called me and was like, I need a designer, I'm like, great, DS15, Design Studio 15, but also I'm kind of putting myself on the line for that. And that's why the work gets done, right?
Yeah, no, it's definitely that.
Top notch.
You definitely have to be careful, you have to be selective, and you have to really have the confidence in who you're working with on a project like that. And, you know, maybe in a city that we don't necessarily work as often, you know, sometimes it's beneficial for us. I know for me, House is a really great resource to kind of see projects that have been done and completed, and kind of like look at some different, you know, ratings and just completed work, because you can look at somebody's portfolio on their website and really get a great idea of the kind of work that they're executing. And if it looks like they're doing the right kinds of projects that align with what you're trying to do, then this is probably something you should be reaching out to.
No doubt. All right, well then there you go, guys. So today we're talking about adding value. We've got it. You have small spaces, reconfigure it. You have a little kitchen, make it a bigger kitchen. Find good contractors. Reach out to the people that you're working with. Ask them for referrals, because it's almost like they put their name on the line. And nothing can beat a good team. So, what, Delbs? You're looking at me? You can edit that out. Oh. But here we are. We're at Design Studio 15, talking about some good stuff today. We're going to grab another glass of champagne. Delbs will follow us out. Keep on watching. We'll see you guys next week.